Khan didn't always guarantee absolute power.
And what happened to the Khanate of Kashgaria in the end?
Well, the title of the ruler eventually changed to Amir Khan in the late 19th century before being annexed by the Qing dynasty.
Wow, so even within a single Khanate, we see the title Khan evolving and adapting to all these different circumstances.
Exactly, and that's just the beginning. The story of Khan doesn't end with the decline of these Khanates. It actually takes on a whole new dimension when we look at how it was used beyond just designating rulers.
Okay, so Khan wasn't just about wielding political power. What other roles did it play?
Well, in Persia, for example, Khan transformed into a noble title.
Oh, interesting.
It signified social standing, and it actually ranked higher than beg.
So it was like a step up on the social ladder.
Exactly. It was often added after a person's name, like a badge of honor.
So it went from being a title you earned through conquest or inheritance to a mark of prestige within the aristocracy.
Right. And then we have the Mughal Empire in India.
Okay.
The Mughals, being of Turkic origin themselves, they loved Khan. They incorporated it into their system of honors, bestowing the titles Khan and Khan Bahadur upon deserving individuals.
So it was a way to reward people for their loyalty or their service?
Exactly, kind of like how European monarchs would grant knighthoods.
Interesting. So Khan could be a symbol of power earned through conquest, but it could also be a symbol of honor bestowed by a ruler.
That's right. And the British, during their colonial rule in India, they actually continued this tradition.
They did.
They used Khan and Khan Bahadur as honorary titles often given for loyalty to the crown.
Wow. So from the steppes of Central Asia to the heart of the British, Raj Khan really got around.
It did, and its journey didn't stop there. Khan also became a common surname in South Asia and Central Asia.
Really?
You'll find it particularly among those claiming Pashtun or Afghan descent, often tracing their lineage back to ancestors who were awarded the title for their bravery during Mughal rule.
So it's a name that carries a lot of history and heritage with it.
It does, and it shows how a title can become so ingrained in a culture that it evolves from a symbol of power or honor into a marker of identity and belonging.
Yeah, it's like Khan went from being something you earned to something that's passed down through generations.
Exactly, and that's just one side of the story. We've talked a lot about the men who held the title Khan,
Right.
but what about the women?
That's a great point. We can't leave them out of this story.
Absolutely. They played important roles in these societies as well.
So was there a female equivalent of Khan?
There was, it's called Khatun, and it's roughly equivalent to a queen in Mongolic and Turkic languages.
Oh, interesting.
It was used for a Khan's wife, signifying her equal status and respect.
So it wasn't just a patriarchal system where the men held all the power.
Not at all. Khatun acknowledged the influence and authority of women within these cultures.
So these Khatuns weren't just sitting on the sidelines.